Sadly, a Israeli hiker just died on this path. Every room was booked in the whole base camp, so I'm sleeping on a shared mattress. After a very rejuvenating rest day, we are back on the trail. Well, it's actually just me. Kailani was not feeling well with the altitude, and so she took a Jeep this morning, maybe 10 minutes ago, and she's going back to Basisahar and then to Pokhara to just chill out while I finish the rest of the trek. So today I am going to Tilicho Lake, but I think what I'm gonna do, or what you're supposed to do, is stop at Kangsar. Now Kangsar is, I think, 3,700 meters. So it's a good acclimatization night because the lake is at 5,000. So I'll be going to Kangsar to sleep. Then I will be going to Tilicho base camp, which is at 4,000 meters. And then in the morning, it's a 1,000 meter climb up a set of switchbacks. So that is what my next few days are going to be looking like. You can tell, even at this altitude, walking and talking and holding this GoPro out in front of me is about all I can manage without losing my breath. So, so yeah, it's just me from here on out. I'm really happy that Kailani will be able to just rest and recuperate, and that she's amazing enough to be totally okay and encourage me to go onwards alone. So yeah, bright prospects for the next couple days here. So thanks for tagging along, and I hope you enjoy this hike out to Kangsar. So this first trek towards Tilicho has been on what seems to be a newly constructed roadway, and that is kind of too bad because I've been getting passed by all sorts of motorbikes just tossing up dust, but it's very bizarre, and I've never seen this before. But this morning there seems to be a thick layer of smog on the mountains. I don't know if it's smog or a cloud. It doesn't seem like a cloud, but I'll show you. That way, it seems to be really smoggy and the visibility isn't so good, but I guess behind me too, but there's not a cloud in the sky, so I don't know what that's about. I know it's starting to get much colder, so it could have something to do with that. But yeah, the first 30 minutes so far have just been on the road. Namaste. That looks so challenging. I don't know if you can see him behind me, but he's carrying probably 30 kilos of sticks on his back. Whew. Whew. This guy's enough for me. It's probably like 10 kilos. Just coming to the point where the road becomes the trail. Here's the road, swings down here and goes across the river, and the trail goes this way and over this bridge right here. So I'm happy to finally be off the road. It wasn't too bad today. And I think soon after this, that'll be the last of my road walking, because on the way up to the pass, there's no road. And after the pass, as soon as I get back to the road, I'll be taking a bus. Happy to be off the road today, and yeah, just a beautiful day. That smog is still in the air though. It's quite bizarre. There's a lot of big machines pumping out smoke, but I don't think that I don't think that would be the reason, I mean, for this much pollution. But, so it goes, hopefully it clears up by the end of the day. Welcome to Kangsar. Been walking for maybe, actually I know exactly how long, 1 hour and 17 minutes. It was supposed to take 2.5 hours, but it didn't. It was quite quick. It's only 8:30 in the morning, so this is where I was planning on spending the night, but it seems kind of foolish to just stop here. So maybe I will ask in the town and see if there isn't a place I could go that's maybe a little bit further along the trail here. Because I still got a lot in the tank, and I ate a lot of apple pies in the last couple days, so I'm hoping to walk some of that off. It's been very quiet though. Maybe I've seen 2-3 other groups. So, see you in Kangsar. It's 9 o'clock. I'm sitting here in Kangsar, and it's pretty early to be stopping for the day. So I'm gonna ask if there's another place farther up that I can stay. I think something like Srikarka, but I'll ask. I'm getting a black tea and just sitting for a while. I was feeling the altitude a little bit earlier, like tingling hands, but it's gone now. So I think I'm good to keep going on, especially if the elevation doesn't increase too steep drastically in the next couple hours. So I will see. I decided to keep going. It is 9:30 now. I have left Kangsar quite a ways behind me already. It felt weird coming into a place so early. Everyone was still getting ready to go and having their morning coffees and teas. So I had a tea, and yeah, I just didn't really like the energy there. So I left, and now I feel like I'm getting like almost halfway to base camp. The elevation gain is 500 or 600 meters, so it's about the recommended where you should be staying. I heard that sadly a Israeli hiker just died on this path, and I heard that in the afternoon it's on a big scree slope, which we'll be walking through soon, and in the afternoon the sun hits it, and as it gets warmer the rocks begin to loosen, so some rocks fell and hit him. So kind of nervous about that part of the trail, but I think I'm making good enough time that I should be through it before the afternoon. So yeah, exciting. We're totally off of the road now, which is quite nice, and we're just going through this beautiful valley, and it's been very, very peaceful, very nice. Even though this haze is persisting, maybe it's wood smoke from all the stoves burning here. It's 10 o'clock. I've been walking for 2 hours and 40 minutes from Manang, and I'm in Srikarka. It seems like I'm like 75% of the way to base camp, so I'm just going to stop for a quick milk tea and just continue the rest of the way this afternoon. I am about to go into the landslide zone of this hike after a long ascent from that last town. But you can see here the trail going down, and that's all just loose rock. So I've been hiking over some of it. It's quite slippery, but here we go. Passing through the first snow of our journey right before this treacherous little path. But oh, that's a lot of snow. Just now entering into the landslide area. You can see we got a nice sign designating it, and as the trail continues this way, behind me up here are these big rocks that are eroding and creating this really loose kind of gravel. And you can see these guys over here walking maybe, but it's just a sheer drop and it gets a little bit steeper. So here's the time to be careful, walk away from other people so that if you do see rocks coming down, you can avoid them, and just take your time and mind your step, because it's quite dangerous. Even here it's just mud. And this rock is very slippery when it's wet. So I'm gonna put this down, and maybe I'll pick it back up halfway through, we'll see. Just wrapping up the last section of this landslide zone. It hasn't been so bad, but there's definitely been a couple spots where you have to be really careful, and spots where pebbles are falling. They've tried to do some work here with the retaining wall. You can see here, that's where all that scree is coming from. And then here is just almost like an endless drop down all the way to the river. That must be a huge distance to go. So I'm gonna continue to be careful hiking here. I'm gonna put this away, and I will see you on the other side. Tilicho base camp is right over this next ridge here, but I'm about to get out of this landslide zone. But take a look at this. This is just crazy. It's like 1,000 meters up of just, I don't know, like very, very steep rocks. So very beautiful. It's like on a different planet. And then we have what must be the headwaters for some river here, and you can see the glacier melting there. Tilicho Lake is just up these switchbacks, but that's for tomorrow morning. I found the source of the smog. It is not what I thought. It's dust blowing up this ridge and into the sky. I made it to Tilicho base camp, and I guess many people come from Sri Karka, and there are so many people here now that every room was booked in the whole base camp. So I'm sleeping on a shared mattress in the dining area, but they are gonna give me a blanket and a pillow and hopefully a mattress. So if you're doing this, maybe don't walk all the way from Manang, because if you do during busy season, it will be full because people will be walking half the distance and getting there a little bit before you. Even though I made really good time getting there, so wouldn't recommend. So I just dropped my bag off. It was crazy busy in there. So I just dropped my bag off and I decided to go on another hike. So I'm just up maybe halfway, 500 meters to Tilicho Lake, just to acclimatize and yeah, record this before I go back down into the busyness of what is Tilicho base camp right now. I don't know why, but yeah, maybe there's just something's going on. There's so many people. So tomorrow I'm just going to run back down to Manang and then leave very early so I can get a good room in Yakarta.